whenever you feel like chaotic, and you know what we just talked about, we attach, like our mind is projecting all these things and we believe them. And that's where the chaos comes from. Like the anxiety is coming from a thought usually about like, oh, how this is going to go bad. And then you believe that thought and you start to feel like that thought. But the moment you realize that that's the operation inside of you is just these thoughts are popping up and they're making you feel a certain way, you can stay understanding of that fact. And realize that there's no one thought or no, single thought that exists that's going to like destroy you or anything. So you can always go back to the truth of, I'm not these thoughts that are flowing through me. I'm not this emotion that's coming through me. Right. And you can almost just focus on breathing. Like it's a focus thing, man. Like, cause your brain can only focus on a certain amount of things consciously. I mean, passively, you're focusing on numerous different things, like, sitting upright without falling over. Your body's like flexing different muscles to make movements without you even really having to worry about it. So there's plenty of actions that are happening without your awareness. There's a lot that you can, or there's not a whole lot that you can focus on at the same time. So the easiest way that I've found, through like doing meditation and stuff, and I did a little bit of yoga and learned that, was it makes sense if you think about it. Your mind and your body are connected by your breath. My good friend Bandhu says that really well in his tone of voice. But so meaning if you're ever feeling chaotic, shift your focus to your breathing. Like take long breaths, because we always breathe kind of shallow all day long. Like whenever we're just passively moving about, we're not breathing fully. But the moment you like decide that you catch yourself that that's what's happening and you're like caught up in a loop in your mind, because you catch yourself, right? There's times when you're like, man, I'm thinking too much, right? And then you step away or you walk outside and all of a sudden you're like, man, what was all that? Like it was all just like this. It happens, right? Like sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm doing work or whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I got to get out of here. Like you're almost like stuck in a pattern, a loop. Yeah. So the best way to get out of that, if you catch yourself, is to just shift your focus to something so simple as your breathing. It doesn't mean that you check out, that you can't pay attention and you just like stop everything. It's just that you're shifting your focus from like the thing in your head to your breath, and you're still aware. Like you're like right now, try it. I mean, if you just, while I'm talking, if you just take bigger breaths, you can still hear me. You can still understand me. You're still here and present with me. Nothing changes, but you're a little bit more stable, right? Like you normalize. And this is like the simplest thing. I'm like, why don't we teach this? Why didn't I learn this as a child? Why didn't anybody show this to me? Like, this is the coolest thing. And I mean, ever since that, this is my whole kind of purpose with the studio and like, why it's called Blossom and all that, to share with you if you were interested, is I want to spread some awareness around this. I want to help people understand that mental health is a thing that we all need to agree is a real problem and that we need to address it. And the way we address it is by not making it a taboo subject. We address it by talking about it like anything else. Like we're talking about food. Yeah, there's plenty of shit that goes on that's outside of this Instagram page that we don't know about, that you're just finding out about, right? There's life and it's happening all around us. So it's like, we should agree that there are people like us everywhere that are struggling with similar things like we are. That's where it's like, I want to bring out the conversations, and I want to have like, look at people from different perspectives, look at people from different walks of life, and look at all the common threads that people do share, even though we do seem so different on the surface. And that's the root of it all. We're all kind of connected in that way. Yeah.